What's up, YouTube? This is going to be my after run thoughts on the MadGear SCT2 two-wheel drive short course truck. I've done some modifications. First off, standard size short course wheels and tires. It came with like 10th scale 4-wheel drive buggy style wheels and tires. They are bead locks. Matter of fact, they're back here. They're on my HSP right now. I put them on the HSP. I'm gonna go run it when the temp goes down. It's still around 95 degrees out here. But hopefully I can get a little speed run on 3S with this. It doesn't want to wheelie as much with these wheels and tires. So anyway, these are the ones that come on the MadGear. Bead lock, 1/10 scale, 4x4 buggy style tires. They put them on this, on the two-wheel drive, because this is basically a buggy chassis. It's based on, I think, Desert Wolf. I think it's called the Desert Wolf chassis. So the BSD Racing MadGear Desert Wolf SCT2 would be the complete name for this. So I just call MadGear SCT2. Anyway, so other modifications. This body's really nice. I guess DuPont manufactures the molds and things like that for this company. And I gotta say that the resin and the plastic on this is really, really, really good so far. The body's really nice. I did trim it a little bit. I still have to clean it up with some sandpaper because I don't have a Dremel right now. But as you can see, I trimmed this up, and now the bumper, you can actually see the bumper and the flaps. And before it, it hung down pretty low, and when it would wheelie, this body would catch, and it was eventually going to tear. Even though it is a thick body, you don't want to drag your body on the ground too much. So now with it like this, when it does wheelie, it'll grab this and these. Instead of hitting the body. So they can do their job now, basically. Not a big deal, but it had to be done. Let's take the body off. Oh, let's look at the front real quick. I like the way the look of the truck. People say don't buy stuff off Nitro RCX, blah, 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 blah. This is a good truck. Especially for the price. It was $105. And you get a dupe. This is one of the best bodies I have, I can't lie. As far as thickness, it's real thick. Okay, so what else have I done? I've converted this to brushless. Using just a cheap OC Day 60 amp ESC. There we go. Now it's focusing. It wasn't focusing that whole time. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. And then also the 4-pole 4300 kV 3650. So this has it runs a ball diff, which is good. I like the ball diff. I've got to tie these to this right here. I just adjusted this body, the body posts earlier. I raised them up just a tad for the bumper clearance, for the body clearance on the bumper. So I trimmed the back here, and I raised these up a notch. Anyway, back to the this transmission. It's real dusty still, guys. Let me see. I've probably ran about 10 packs through this so far. Anyway, I was shocked to find out that there's no slipper. If you can see, it's got an access port right there. You pop off that little cap and you get in there, and that's usually for slipper clutch adjustments for easy access. That way you don't have to take off the whole gear cover. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, for sure, it's got a slipper. That's good. But when I did the brushless conversion, I realized there's no slipper on here. I'm pretty sure I can put a slipper. I just got to look into it. It did have plastic spur and plastic pinion on the stock motor. The stock motor it looked like a stock silver can, but it had too much pep. It was quick on nickel metal, and it was pushing on 3S. So I looked it up, and it's actually a sport tuned motor. So I guess 23, 22, or 23 turns, not the 27 turn motor that it looks like it is. It looks like a stock silver can. But it does have a sport tuned motor stock, and it comes with a Hobby Wing. I think it's a 40 amp Hobby Wing brushed. Of course, like I said, this one's upgraded to brushless. It's got decent shocks. They're plastic bodied. They do have threaded collars. They're adjustable, and the spring rate and everything's fine. It feels good. The same with the front. These ones are a little bit bouncier, but they're okay. I'm going to change the oil, and it should be perfect because they're not that bad once I've adjusted them down a little bit. Like I said, this is all DuPont plastic stuff. It's really strong and flexible. I really don't have any complaints about this, especially for the price. I mean, not having a slipper, that's one thing. But then again, it's not that bad. You kind of just got to ease the throttle a little bit, or it will wheelie a lot. I can't adjust the slipper to help with that because there isn't one. But I don't think that's a problem. The only problem that I did have with this, and it's not really a problem because it doesn't really affect it while driving. At least I didn't notice it until I put the bigger wheels and tires on, is the servo saver right here. Watch. You see how that servo saver works? I mean, I'm turning it all the way, and the servo has not moved. And that's good for not braking or stripping those gears, but it just gives it too much play, especially with these. I didn't notice it with the stock tires, but with these I noticed it. So not a big deal. I'm gonna just eliminate that servo saver and just put an aluminum horn on there. It'll take care of that. Stock servo horn will just take care of that. And it does have a 9 kg metal geared servo, so that was a plus. I was surprised about that. It came with a nickel metal, of course, and it had the banana plugs on the Hobby Wing brushed, and it also has like a dust cover type thing here, but it won't fit on top with this is too big, so no big deal. I still gotta clean up all this wiring and stuff like that. This chassis is narrow. Let's show you here. It's nimble. It's narrow and it's nimble. I haven't really flipped too much. It'll probably flip a little bit more with these tires and wheels because it's higher up. But I might be able to. I don't think there's droop screws on here. No. But I can adjust. I'm going to lower the front right here. Help with that out, because if you can see, let me back up. When the front's all the way up, it's cambered out just a little bit. So I'm going to lower it. See? It's got good travel though. Surprising. Anyway, so Upgrades. This thing's a beast. Do the math. It was $105. You get a $40 brushless kit and add a lipo for $20. You know, so you're at $165 for a two-wheel drive brushless short course truck, and that's with a 4300 kV 4-pole motor. So yeah, and you don't have to change the tires. I just wanted it to have that short course look more, you know. So I put on some short course size wheels and tires. But in all honesty, stock setup, it handles better with the stock tires it came with. I'm gonna have to do some tuning on this to be able to run these all the time. There was Velcro on these that it came off. They only put like a little tiny square right here. If you're going to use the Velcro, you're going to have to put a strip. I'm going to put a strip all the way across here on both sides. So that was a plus. They just didn't put enough. They're trying to save a penny, I guess. Who knows? So anyway, if I were to rate this truck, let's put this body back on real quick. There we go. So let's see. Let's see if it could squat in there and tuck. Oh yeah, look at that. They tuck right in. These short course wheels and tires fit in perfect. I don't know why they didn't put these on to begin with. You know. Anyway, back to rating this. Price point, $105, can't beat it. Ready to run, comes with the 3-channel, there's a 3rd channel right there. Decent remotes, I've seen these rebranded by a lot of companies. The same as this. Helion used to rebrand these, and it came with my the Grampus, which is the Helion Conquest. If you look in there. Anyway, a lot of rebranding is done. So $105, 3-channel remote, ready to run. It comes with the Sport Tune brush motor. It's quick on the nickel metal it comes with. Surprised me on the nickel metal. Fun on 2S, and it's fast on 3S. For being brushed on 3S, it was fast. It's almost as fast as this brushless motor. It's like having a smaller, you know, it's like having a lower KV 28 to 3300 brushless motor riding around on 2S. So it's not bad. The motor held up. I ran it on 3S a few times. I wouldn't run more than about 5 minutes without checking your temperatures though. So run for 5 minutes, check your temps, let it cool down if it's hot, and the motor should be fine on 3S, the stock motor. I also run this motor on 3S a lot. 50, 75, 100 times, who knows. This setup, it's the same ESC that came in here. The same, it's ESC, and this is a 19-turn Red Cat 550, and it handles 3S all the time. So this one will also handle 3S. So if you're going to buy this and keep it stock and you want more speed, then go ahead and you can run 3S. Like I said, just check every 5 minutes or so. And I wouldn't run 3S when it's 100 and some degrees out either, because it does get warm on 3S. It does. So any brush motor is going to get warm on 3S. Some will burn up instantly. I don't think you should run anything on 3S. A brush motor, 18, 19 turns is probably the lowest turn you want to go. 20 turn, 22, 23 turn, they seem to do pretty well on 3S. This one did great on 3S. It's 20. Sport Tune is 22 or 23. I'm not positive. But so back to the rating. I got off topic. It's $105, like I said, and then you put the brushless kit in there. You've got a brushless setup, everything for $165. You've got a brushless two-wheel drive short course truck. So that's a great deal. And if you want to keep it brushless, all you got to do is buy a couple batteries if you want more speed. It comes with a 20-tooth pinion. I've got a 17-tooth pinion on here right now because the one that came with it was plastic, and I didn't want to run the plastic pinion gear with the brushless car. I'm trying to think of something I could take a point for. I'm gonna have to take a point for that servo saver. The servo saver. Like I said, it's not the greatest design whatsoever. They should not even put a servo saver on here. It would have probably been better. They didn't need that. I mean, it's whatever. It's an easy fix with the servo horn. So I'll take a point for that. I'm not fond of that servo saver. And then I guess I'll take a point for the body. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. It wheelies on 3S stock. So if you're going to run on 2S or nickel metal and leave everything stock, you wouldn't have a problem with the body catching. But if you're going to run 3S or convert to brushless, then you're going to have a problem with this body back here catching. And that's why I had to be trimmed and raised, as you can see now. So, I mean, I don't really want to take a point for that, but I guess I will. So this is going to get an 8 out of 10. I know that's the score I use on a lot of things. And I'm not going to take a point for the wheels and tires because they grip well and they're bead locks. And it handles real good with them. I guess that's probably why they left them on. It handled great with those tires. So that servo saver gets a point. You know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm not taking a point for the body right here. I'm not. Because in stock form, it's not even a factor in stock form. It doesn't even come up as an issue in stock form. Even on 2S, it won't even come up. I am going to take a point, though, that it comes with nickel metal. I can't stand that. I think everything should come with a lipo nowadays. I mean, even WL toys come with lipos. Even the cheap 969s and stuff like that come with lipos nowadays. So I'm going to take a point for it coming nickel metal instead of lipo. That and the servo saver. So it's still going to be an 8 out of 10, but it's going to be because it comes with a nickel metal battery, and I don't like those. And the servo saver. Other than that, everything else is cool on this thing. I would recommend this for sure, especially if it's your first short course or something like that. This is a great buy. You won't be disappointed. Even though it doesn't have a slipper, it still handles great. And I could probably add a slipper eventually if I needed to, but I don't think I'm going to need to. I think it's going to run fine with this motor. Matter of fact, this motor is too much. I'm going to take the 4300 out, and I'm going to put that in something else. And I'm going to get a 39 or a 3500 and put it in here and just run on 2S. 3900 on 2S is going to be perfect in this one. Not everything has got to go 50 miles an hour, 3900 kV with a 17-tooth pinion on a 2S is going to have perfect punch. And if I want to go down to the track down there at Delta, it's going to be perfect. 3S would be too much. And 4300 kV on 2S is too much. So, yeah, I'll probably do a video on that when I swap it out. And then I'll do some running videos to let you guys know how that is. It'll be a couple weeks from now, I'm sure, because I have to order it. But that's my review, guys. BSD Racing MadGear Desert Wolf SCT2. Like I said, I just call it the MadGear SCT2. Anyway, that's my review, guys. Peace.